From America's election headquarters, Republicans heading to the polls in Nebraska as voters from both parties can cast their ballots in West Virginia. Hillary Clinton has cruised to victory all across the South, but in West Virginia, Bernie Sanders is giving her all she can handle today. What gives? The New York Times has a piece this week entitled, "Where Democrats Like Hillary Clinton the Least, Besides Vermont." In it, Nate Cohn writes, "These conservative Democrats are a legacy of the old Democratic strength among white voters in the South, where many white conservatives nonetheless remain registered as Democrats. In several states, these voters can be something of a consolation prize to Mr. Sanders, who has often complained that closed primaries prevent many of his younger and independent supporters from voting. It bodes well for Mr. Sanders' chances in coal country this month, starting in West Virginia on Tuesday. West Virginia, like Oklahoma, has far more registered Democrats than Obama voters." Karine Jean-Pierre is a Democratic strategist and former deputy campaign manager for Martin O'Malley. Pete Snyder is a Republican who ran for lieutenant governor of Virginia and is a Fox News contributor. Welcome to both of you. Karine, should we expect a Bernie Sanders victory in West Virginia?
Yeah, I think that Bernie Sanders will probably win West Virginia and Oregon and have a couple of wins before we get to that final couple of states in June. But that's no surprise. You know, I think that we anticipated that. And if we look at 2008, Hillary Clinton herself, the last 6 contests that came up, she won the 4 out of the 6 before she turned over that primary to Barack Obama. So nothing surprising there.
May is not looking particularly kind to her, Karine.
Yeah, but I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, look, she is leading in the pledged delegates. She is in a better place in 2008, in better place than Barack Obama was in 2008. And so she's in a good place. I think what Bernie Sanders is trying to do, which I appreciate, which is continue to bring up important issues that are going to be critical for whoever the nominee is in November, in winning in November.
Well, Karine might appreciate them, Pete, but I don't imagine Hillary Clinton is. She'd like to see him leave this race.
He's the party guest that just won't go home, and he's creating a real problem for her, John. Look, I don't read too much into general election polling right now, but it is a shocker to see that Quinnipiac came out with Trump virtually tied in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Florida. 3 really key swing states that Hillary Clinton desperately needs if she's going to make it to the White House. And Bernie Sanders is a fly in her ointment for the next couple weeks and months. He is going to be a pain and really pull her to the left as Trump zigzags all across the spectrum and shores up his support.
But, Pete, if Hillary Clinton is not particularly popular in the coal counties of West Virginia, why would Bernie Sanders? I mean, he's not exactly a carbon-friendly politician himself.
No, look, Hillary Clinton was complicit in the Obama administration of absolutely crushing the coal industry. She's wildly unpopular in Southwest Virginia, wildly unpopular in West Virginia. Bernie Sanders is just a vehicle right now for real angst in the economy out there, and with voters who have just had it handed to him time and time again by the ruling class.
Right. So, Karine, if Bernie Sanders rolls into the Democratic convention, I mean, maybe he's mathematically eliminated, but if he rolls into the Democratic convention with wins in places like West Virginia, I mean, it just gives him more of a platform to say, look, Hillary Clinton is not the nominee, doesn't have the strength that you think she has.
Look, Hillary Clinton won West Virginia in 2008 as well. And like I said, as we all know, she made it through the finish line of the Democratic primary. And what happened? What did we learn from that? The Democrats coalesced. They got behind the nominee, Barack Obama, and it was fine. And that was a much more contested primary election than we have today. Look, exit polls after exit polls have showed that the Democrats are actually excited and happy with the way that the primary is going. But it's true.
The Democrats are not excited at all.
Hold on. No, that is not true. That's what
to the finish line here. Come on.
That is not true, Peter. That is what the exit polls are showing from the primaries and the contests that we've had. And look, Peter, hold on a second, Peter, here. While the Republicans are limiting their access, right, limiting their tent because of with their nominee espousing rhetoric.
Hillary Clinton voters barely have a pulse out there. She is limping to the finish line. There is zero excitement happening on the Democratic side.
Our side is going to have a larger swath of the population. We've done it before in a much more contested election.
So I have all confidence
that we are going to
come
behind.
All right, good discussion. We'll see obviously what happens in West Virginia. We'll have you both back on another time to finish the conversation. Karine Jean-Pierre, Pete Snyder.
Thanks, John.